few scandalous stories here that start with folks that were most popular in the 80s. Recently, Biggie reviewed during his rom-com reviews around Valentine's Day the movie Say Anything. It's the first time he'd ever seen it all the way through. That's the one with the iconic scene of John Cusack, the lesser Cusack, holding a boombox over his head for actress Ione Skyy. Now, and at the time I said, what else has she gone on to do? She's done some.
Yeah.
But not an enormous star, of course. Well, now she's got a book out called Say Everything, Ione Skyy, which I think is a good title for a memoir. So she says a few things in there that people are looking at and going, wow, this is interesting. One, she had a fling with Matthew Perry. They met on the set of a movie called A Night in the Life of Jimmy Reardon in 1988, and she was head over heels for River Phoenix, who was in the movie. So was Matthew Perry, but River Phoenix was dating someone. So 20 years later, Matthew Perry, out of the blue, called her and said, "You want to come over to my house for a sober drink?" They had not spoken in 20 years. And she said, I knew.
A sober drink?
A sober drink. This was in 2006.
Like Coca-Cola?
I guess. He was known to be a drinker, and he said, come over for a sober drink. Iced tea, cherry lemon sundrop, whatever it might be. Your choice. So she said at the time, look, I don't do booty calls, but this is Matthew Perry, so I'm going over. She knew it would lead to sex. It immediately did. They had one drink, sober drink, she said. They immediately started touching each other, went right to the bedroom, and she said it was perfectly pleasant, but I didn't give it my all. I don't think he did either.
And now I'm off Snapple.
Yeah.
This is in the book. 1 week later, he called her again and said, you want another sober drink? She said yes. She went over. They didn't even have a drink. They went right to bed, had sex. She said it was perfectly pleasant. I don't believe he gave his all. I know I didn't either, but I enjoyed it. And
I was there and she was there.
That's right. They satisfied each other. And then she said to him while they laid in bed, do you want to make this a weekly thing? And he said, God, no. And that was it. They never saw each other again. But he texted her a week before he died, out of the blue, and just said, thinking of you, hope you're happy and healthy and well. And she said, same to you. And then he texted back one more time, like, stay healthy. And she didn't text back. That was it. And that's the last she heard from him. That's kind of interesting. She also said she did hook up with John Cusack during the filming of Say Anything. This is in the book from Ione Skyy.
Okay.
The book is Say Everything. And she, I forget who it was. I read it today. She was married to Horowitz for a long time. Is it Adam Horowitz, who's in a band?
Oh, the Beastie Boys?
Beastie Boys, yeah.
Okay.
Oh.
And they had such a bad breakup. They're divorced and had such a bad breakup that she can no longer listen to Beastie Boys songs.
Ooh, ouch, too bad. Yeah. Yikes.
Yeah.
License to Ill is a masterpiece.
Yeah.
And don't get me started on Paul's Boutique.
I'm sorry. She says no.
When I go in a store and I hear Intergalactic, I must leave.
Yeah.
She's out of there. That's Ione Skyy. Look, that's it.
Such a stone cold jam. Where's she going?
That's it.
Latte for Ione?
Nope. No,
She's gone.
What do I do with this latte?
Let it go.
She's left mini lattes on the counter at Starbucks when a Beastie Boys song starts to play. She leaves. That's it. They were married for a while, or together for a while at least. And she dated Anthony Kiedis from Red Hot Chili Peppers. And that didn't end well either.
There's a few women out there who probably have said that about this show after dating me.
I can no longer listen to this program.
Yeah.
That's right.
I thought you'd be a lot funnier in real life. I'm not.
When they come to me and say ratings have dipped, I'll say that's Biggie's ex.
We've lost one again.
She poisons the well.
I think she spreads the word. I think she says to others, don't listen to this show.
I really thought you'd be more fun.
It's not. He's not. He's not fun. It's not.
Fell for the jolly heavyset myth.
Yeah.
Not fun. That's right. You think he's fun because he's jolly and heavy set.
Yeah. No, I'm not.
Not in the reels. You see him out of this room. He ain't nothing. Ain't nothing fun about him. He'll gruff right past you, and that's the end of the day. The women in your life have not only left this program, they've told others, leave it.
Yeah.
Don't be part of it.
When we were on our comedy show tour, I had one P1 tell me, I said, you are who you are. On the radio, off the radio, you just look miserable.
Yeah.
And I said,
Fact.
You're right, brother. You nailed it.
Fact. listen,
no higher compliment.
That's right. My friend Devin, who just gave you that cherry lemon sun drop in there, said sometimes I go into convenience stores and hear your voice to me, and he just says, I don't know why. I don't understand it. I said, yeah, you're right. I know.
Yeah.
She's delivering all day to these convenience
Ain't no
stores.
customers in there.
Like, I don't know what.
You know how sometimes like 7-Elevens will play classical music to keep people vagrants from hanging out.
That's right. Maybe that's what they're doing.
Yeah.
Just keep.
Maybe
people
the
out of
staff needs a break.
Maybe that's what it is.
Turn on that show.
Yeah, God,
I need a
no.
break.
Get out of here. Get out. Ione Skyy says, I can no longer listen to Red Hot Chili Peppers music either.
The Peppers
What?
too.
Listen to Red Hot Chili Peppers, and she can't listen to Beastie Boys. That's it. I mean, the 80s and 90s are ruined.
Yeah,
for her.
man.
But she's telling some interesting stories there. That Sex with Matthew Perry thing, I was like, ooh.
Yeah. You
Did
know,
he
when
mention her in his book? You read the book, the Perry book.
No, he did not.
When
No.
I was doing research for my factoids for the movie, I did read she was writing an autobiography, but it wasn't out yet, but it was going to, quote, be explosive.
Well,
Okay.
there you have it. It hits the shelves next week.
You know what else? After when Biggie did his review, because we were talking about Ione Skyy and her career, you know, post movie, because we didn't think there was a lot to it.
Right.
Someone else pointed out her father is English musician Donovan, hurdy-gurdy man.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah.
Sunshine Superman.
And I saw a picture that goes along with the book, and she looks great. She has aged very well. If indeed that's a current day pic. I don't know, but it was just like, here's the picture that goes with the book. And immediately I recognized her. I never saw her in anything except Say Anything. I don't think I ever watched anything else with her, but I thought she was great in that. So when I heard these things about her sexual exploits and all these things, I was disappointed because she was such a girl next door and such a good girl.
You're disappointed.
I was.
Because she's a woman.
Yes.
Not if a man had written the same book.
High five.
Kiedis writes a book. Cusack writes a book. Perry writes a book. High fives all around.
Well,
Well, because in Say Anything, she's such a...
that's it.
She's the perfect
Yes.
girl. You know, she gives up her, I'm assuming, her virginal flower
to John Cusack.
in a car, but that's about it. Even that's made to look lovey-dovey.
Exactly.
So that's what you're basing everything off of,
In the
is that
backseat
one
of a
role.
fogged up car.
Yes.
Yeah.
100% on her character, because I loved her character in Say Anything. She's always what I wanted for myself, especially at that age. Girl next door, sweet, attractive, smart, going off to Harvard, and I'd be with her the whole way. And now I find out, you know, she is a woman. She's just a real person in real life.
Yeah.
And she talks all about what she did and what she went through.
Will you read
Nailed
the
it.
book? Will your wife read the book?
No.
I don't think.
Not big enough of a star for your wife to read.
I very rarely read these like biographies. It has to be huge. And my wife has to tell me, you'll like this.
Yeah, read this.
Yeah.
Who's the next friend to write a book?
I don't know that any will until much later. I mean, Matthew Perry had a real story to tell behind the scenes.
Of course.
I don't know. If another friend wrote a book, I'd probably read an Aniston book. But I don't think they've been, well, she's been through a lot with her, like Brad Pitt and that kind of
Yeah,
thing.
but and she doesn't seem at the point of writing a book yet.
I don't know. I think it might be.
Sometimes people just feel the need to put their life story on paper.
Yeah.
It doesn't
Yeah.
have to be traumatizing.
No, it doesn't. You're right. I don't know which one I'd read. I'd have to hear, well, like this. This titillates me. If
I thought so. I could
that's,
tell.
that's pretty titillating.
You're wearing a hoodie, but I could tell.
Yeah.
Especially when that Matthew Perry booty call thing
Yeah.
came up.
She said, I don't take booty calls, but from Matthew Perry, I will. And in 2006, Friends was, no, it had just ended. Friends had just ended, but he was still thought of as, big,
Oh, yeah.
Probably
he was
making movies
big
then.
time,
Yeah.
good looking, yeah.
I'm bored. Let me see what that girl's doing.
Out of nowhere.
He went all the way through his phone contacts down to the S's.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I guess.
Or I for Ione.
I guess
Yeah.
that's right.
I guess I'll have some sober sex with her.
This is 80s based as well. You will probably never have heard of this person. His name is Tammy Down. He's the lead singer, or he is a member of Faster Pussycat.
That's not a band I really know. I've heard of them for many, many, many years.
Yeah.
But I couldn't speak on that band whatsoever.
I'm unfamiliar with the band. They have one of their, I guess it's probably their biggest hit, went to number 28, called House of Pain.
I feel like I know this a little.
Okay. Well, listen to what has happened. This guy, Tammy Down, was on a cruise, which was an 80s hard rock cruise. In fact, they reported on it on Inside Edition. While they were on the cruise, his fiancé fell overboard, and they've not found her.
Oh, no.
They're assuming she's dead. Inside Edition had the story last night. Listen to everybody else on the cruise.
56-year-old passenger Kimberly Birch leapt or fell off her 8th floor balcony around 11 p.m., reportedly after an argument with her fiancé, Tammy Down, the lead singer of the 1980s band Faster Pussycat. The sold-out cruise included the iconic 80s band Men at Work. Also on board, the singer Christopher Cross and pop star Tiffany.
Biggie, why am I not on this cruise? Biggie, my nipples are hard. Biggie, why am I not on this cruise?
Holy cow, this is all you.
No word. This is, by the way, they had a fight, and she either jumped, but most people say very unlikely, or fell off the
You
side.
really got to do something to fall off a balcony,
You do,
right?
well, you do.
I mean, but I think it happens a bit more than you realize.
They so far have not announced if they're canceling the cruise or not, and a lot of fans are saying, yeah, we still want to go on with. Of
course
the
they
cruise.
do.
We want to go on.
Well, yeah, but I mean, you can't have Faster Pussycat play.
No, but
No.
They've got to get off the ship.
Well,
but
listen.
wait a minute, Squeeze is there. So Squeeze will also
Say,
you have Squeeze. Adam Ant is there. You heard Tiffany. You heard Men at Work. Biggie, why am I not on this cruise?
I don't know.
needs to be
This is you, and this may be insensitive, but if I paid $3,000 to go on this cruise, and they want to turn around because one person fell off,
Well, they've not done that.
Oh,
yet.
Biggie, no.
They've not done that yet.
And if I'm the cruise, I'm going to give everyone a refund.
A little more from Inside Edition.
The Royal Caribbean ship Explorer of the Seas was 20 miles from the Bahamas when the woman overboard alarm sounded.
We do actually have a person overboard, and just to advise you, the captain has turned the ship around.
The ship turned around and a search was launched, but no signs of life were found.
It's been a couple of days now, so they're assuming she has passed. Dang, that's awful. Now, some other members of on the cruise are saying they do not think she jumped. People who knew her.
What do you think happened here?
I guess I'd like to believe that she was wearing funky shoes and slipped on a wet deck and went flying or something after one too many beverages. I literally just can't believe this is true. I can't believe it.
No one, and her mom says, no way. She was in a great mental place. There's no way she would have jumped off the ship.
No, and I did read, though, this morning a little bit about this, that she apparently doesn't drink often, but she was seen drinking on the cruise.
And they did report she just had a fight with Tammy Down of Faster
That's the
Pussycat.
worst.
Yeah. Oh,
That's a nightmare for him.
for him.
Yeah, because now forever he's going to be side-eyed.
Yeah.
As did he do something to her?
He push her.
Well,
Yeah.
that's true.
I don't think so.
I mean, that's always stuff like that is my worst fear when it comes to like dating or anything. Is that you have a fight with your significant other, and it's just an argument or something. It's not bad, but then they disappear, they fall off a boat or something, and then forever everyone's like,
You know what happened to his
Yeah.
ex.
yeah. Well, you're the first one they
You
looked
know,
at.
yeah.
so.
of course.
May she rest. That's a really terrible story. You may know Faster Pussycat from their 1992 album, The Power and the Glory Hole.
Is that on the Wikipedia?
Well, there are a few others, but that was their latest.
What should we name the album this time, guys? I got one for you.
The Power and the Glory Hole.